being middle class is the worst because you can't afford life, basically. Like, you can only afford to survive, and then you make too much to get any assistance.
Because most nurses do exactly this. The money comes in, meaning they get paid, bills go out, and whatever it's left gets spent.
Spending and overconsumption to the point where if you can't overspend, you feel like, oh my God, like I'm unsuccessful, I am poor.
High income does not equal automatic wealth.
But nobody wants to take responsibility. Until they start taking responsibility, they're going to stay broke.
Things that make me broke, even though I made six figures. People don't want to admit this, but you can make six figures and still be stressing financially. You think money solves all your problems, but it doesn't change this, right? Ask me how I know. Number one, lifestyle inflation. I got some more money. I got paid more. I look up and say, hey, I need a new bag. I need a new car. I could live in a nicer place, a nicer area. I can afford the little trinkets that I really like, so more packages to the crib. Afford to eat out now, so let me do that. I can afford to get a few drinky drinks while I'm out, so let me do that. The thing is, your income can grow, but if your expenses grow at the same rate, you're just able to maintain expensive bills. Number two, not having my money. I had a couple different savings accounts, right? Checking, savings. That was it. I wasn't really focused on investing too much. I wasn't focused on let me create a plan. I was at first really good at buying things with my credit card and then paying it off immediately. And then I started financing more things. And then the plan went out the window because the plan was real loosey-goosey to begin with. Spending, unexpected spending. Bills, unexpected bills, or higher bills now, right? Because I done got all these things that I can afford now. Subscriptions that I completely forgot about. By the end of the month, I'll be like, where is my money? I ate it, I wore it. I sure as hell didn't save it though. Well, as it turns out, vibes aren't a real financial strategy. Number three, I thought future Dr. Taylor would be able to fix everything. I'll pay for it later. I'll think about it later. I'll devise a plan later. I'll watch this video later. I'll read up on it later. Meanwhile, interest is doing what interest does best as time goes by, accrues, and collecting rent. Remember, and take it from me, high income does not equal automatic wealth. You need a system. And the gag is, nobody tells you it's actually easy to make money, but it's hard to maintain it. You can make good money and still be broke.
Very true. You can make good money and still be broke. And a lot of you ladies are struggling with it because you can't just stop spending. And you know what it is? A lot of times when you come up poor and then you come across some money, you feel like, I need to do a little extra. I understand. I've been there, right? When you're putting things on a credit card, you pay it off, and you feel like, man, I made it. It catches up to you. And what happens is a lot of you ladies stay in that mindset. It's a trap, right? Like, for instance, when I was able to, and I'm still paying off my credit cards, but I give myself 2 more months, I'm all done. I'm not getting credit again. They just upped my credit. They upped my credit to 10,000, and it's like, I don't want this credit. So I got 10,000 one card, 10,000 another card. All it does is accrues more bills. And like she said, those finance charges, woo, it hits you. And it feels like it doesn't stop.
Recently talking about the current cost of living prices and how 100K is the new 60K. Go watch that video, it's pinned. Am I the only one that thinks it's batshit insane that people making $750,000 are just getting by? Like, what hope do the rest of us have? This got me thinking, and I'd love to hear you guys' opinions as well, but is 750K the new middle class?
750K? No. Take a look at this. One income household, 2 little kids, $6,000 a month rent, and we have pets, $500K a year. We are just living a comfortable life. Definitely the new middle class. No, Helly Hope. What's happening is one income. Is that your husband, right? What's happening is your husband's bringing in the money, and your husband may very well be a part of the problem. Like me, myself, when things get spent, I'm the problem because of my American ways. So your husband could be the problem as well. This happens. But a lot of times it's brought on by you because one income household, two little kids, he's taking care of you, right? $6,000 a month rent. Why is your rent $6,000 a month? That's crazy. I want you to take a look at these comments because this is the same video to that lady. Look at this. Nah, I make like 60 to 80 and I'm doing okay. Yes. Single and afraid. The man's name is Single and Afraid. What is he afraid of? Getting with you, Haley, and you creating more income. Because if you're paying $6,000 a month for rent, Single and Afraid would say, I'm afraid. You're going to have me pay $3,000 that I don't need to pay. And what do I mean? Because I explained it before. You guys remember when I said it? I was living in New York, and I lived 3 hours away from the city in upstate New York. I was able to go to New York. Like, even if I wanted to go to New York every morning, I could get up early, like around 4 o'clock in the morning, and make it to New York on a bus every morning and still work in New York City. And for rent in upstate New York, I was paying like around $500 a month because it's freezing cold up there. If there is a will, there is a way. You can make it. Look at this. If you make $750K and you only live normal, you don't know what normal is. Exactly. I'm saving money, investing, taking regular trips. So he's saving money and investing and taking regular. This man is doing it. Living in a very nice house and several nice cars. It's all about how your money's working for you. And this man is explaining he's letting his money work for him. Learn something. Message.
And don't actually love shopping. They just want to feel enough. I'm Veronia and I'm a money coach. And I remember when I was at school, there were these specific shoes that everyone had, or it felt like everyone had, except for me. And the reason why I didn't have those specific shoes is because my mum told me that they were just too expensive and I didn't need them. And I remember just feeling so jealous of everyone having these specific shoes. And I feel like in my mind, I just thought if I had those same shoes, I would fit in more. So fast forward a few years, I feel like that same thought kept going on in my mind, where because I was now earning my own money, I decided that I was going to fit in by buying all of these clothes and all of these shoes. And it wasn't because I actually wanted them. Again, it was because I wanted to feel like I belonged somewhere. But the difference is this time, instead of using my own money, I actually ended up using debt. And so I ended up maxing out my overdraft by $2K simply because of that one thought. It was only until I decided that I was going to stop trying to fill an emotional gap with my financial decisions that things started to change. So I didn't actually stop spending. I just understood why I was spending and decided to spend money from a place that was much more neutral compared to what I was doing before. That one decision helped me to not only stop overspending, but to also pay off my entire debt. I had about 16K overall and I paid that off in 18 months. So I feel like being good with money isn't just about saying no, but it's about knowing why you're saying yes. And I actually talk about that in a lot more detail in my free guide, where I also share the 5 steps that I took to pay off my entire debt. So you can check that out in my profile if you.
Yeah, and a lot of you ladies need it, right? Because that guy was the perfect example when a guy said, I made 60 to 80,000 a year, single and afraid. I understand why. And then also when the other guy said what he's doing, I hate to make an example, but people are doing it. A lot of men are doing it, but a lot of men are also in debt and messing up. I can't, give credit to everybody. I got to tell the truth, right?
And time again. You know why the middle class stay middle class? Is because they keep spending money that they don't have on things they don't need. It's that simple. Oh, I want a boat. Well, let me go spend $30,000 that I don't have to go buy this nice big old pontoon that I'm going to take out 5 times a year. I need a jacked up truck. Let me go buy a $50,000 truck with $10,000 wheels and sound system. Oh, my wife needs a BMW. Okay, let me go buy a $60,000 BMW. And the next thing you know, they have over $150,000 in debt, and they're bringing in a combined $85,000 a year. Not to mention all the times they go out to eat every week and all the vacations that they're going on. No, it's nobody else's problem but yours. But nobody wants to take responsibility. Until they start taking responsibility, they're going to stay broke.
Yeah, so true, right? And you know what happens? A lot of times, guys get caught up in the happy wife, happy life, to where they're letting them spend, or she's saying, "Hey, honey, I think we need this," and the guy's saying, "Okay, honey, I will get it. I will get whatever to make you happy." You want to see it with that smile on their face. Meanwhile, you're at work not talking to anybody anymore. Why is Jack not talking to anybody? Because his balls are not his. She has her balls in her back pocket while she's at home, right? Taking care of the kids, but not really taking care of the kids. They're taking care of themselves on their cell phones. These are the things happening in the good old United States of America. Guys are feeling the pain. And actually, it's not just America. It's happening all over the world.
But I feel like being middle class is the worst because you can't afford life, basically. Like, you can only afford to survive. And then you make too much to get any assistance from the state.
She wants assistance from the state.
Because I think that as a society we have normalized overspending and overconsumption to the point where if you can't overspend, you feel like, oh my god, like I'm unsuccessful, I am poor. And in reality, it's completely okay that you can't afford to go to Sephora on a random Monday afternoon and spend $700 on a brand new makeup and skincare routine. It's also normal to have the same Christmas decorations for a few years. You get on this.
Why would you want to go to Sephora on a random Monday afternoon? Talk about the problems, guys.
Obviously, the people will tell you, oh, you need this viral one from Home Depot. It's only $650. $650. My Christmas tree is 7.5 feet. It was pre-lit. It spins in circles. It is very cute. It's flocked. And it was $150. My point is, do not let this app make you feel like you should go play the guitar on the streets to afford like an Ulta haul. A lot of the people on this app that are posting all these things, they can't afford it either. They're just doing it because, like us, they're victims to overconsumption. I wanted to post a haul the other day, but I was like, oh, this isn't enough. Sometimes I will really go to Target and be like, I need to get more so I can make a TikTok about this. And that is so embarrassing because no, you don't. Spending $30 at Target, it's okay. You do not need to spend $1,000.
Yeah, guy, I gotta tell you, I'm so cheap because I came over to Malaysia saying, you know what, I'm gonna go out, have a good old time, right? And get away from what's happening in the Philippines. Things are changing back, they're rolling back prices, things are getting easy. I'm going back to the Philippines. Why? Because right now I'm Airbnb spending. I just spent $1,000 for an Airbnb, and it costs right now. Don't get me wrong. In a matter of a month or two, I can get into an apartment for like around $300, but I'm still paying for my two homes. It's only $350, but spending the extra money is hitting me where it hurts. It's breaking my little heart. Why is it breaking my heart? Because I'm cheap, and that's the way anybody should be. You should be seeing money going out and being depressed. Like I'll give you guys an example. I was going to right across the street is Dollar Port. That's like outlets. I'm gonna go over there, see what they have, but I don't need to get a brand new pair of sneakers because I was thinking about getting a brand new pair of sneakers. But I have a brand new pair of Nikes I just bought last month for me and my wife. Matching sets, right? You know, she likes to match. So all I need to do is maybe get a t-shirt or two to go with it. And it's for the vlog. You know, guys already know I'm vlogging this all. And that's it. But still, all in all, I'm still saving because I can write all this stuff off. But that's when you're having your money work for you. That's what the guy was talking about. And the other lady was talking about. That's a financial coach. Have your money work for you. Very important.
This weekend. Hundreds. I don't care how much money you have. Use it wisely. resourcefully, purposefully, intentionally. This duvet in this bag, I almost threw this away. You know why? Because I said to myself, well, it's been a while, and I don't think you can wash duvets, especially not very expensive ones. So I thought to myself, well, I just gotta throw it away, and I gotta get a new one. And my mom was visiting this weekend, and she said to me, you know, you can get...
So how many times have you used that duvet? Nasty. And I know she a little freak too. She get it on the duvet, clapping a bunch, you know, little feces, you know what happens when you get it in. Gets on the duvet. I'm sure it happened. I know you got somebody over there making that duvet messy and nasty. That's why she had to throw it away. She was making messes on the duvet, not washing it. Nasty. Be careful when you over some of these ladies' houses. You guys know some of these ladies' houses are trashy and nasty. You shouldn't have told her. She thought it was gonna go a good way, like, oh yeah, you don't be wasteful. No, you're nasty.
Get it dry cleaned, right? And I said, what do you mean? They dry clean duvets? I'm a little embarrassed that I didn't know this. I called the dry cleaners and they said, yeah, of course, we do dry clean duvets. So this thing that costed me hundreds of dollars to initially purchase, I was going to throw
Nasty.
away, okay, and buy a brand new one when it's costing me $50 to get it dry cleaned. The amount of things that I am seeing on social media that is making you feel like you need something new every 2 seconds is getting out of hand. And it doesn't matter if you can afford it, because I can afford a new duvet. But why the hell would I buy a new duvet when I don't need to? And the point that I'm trying to make to you is be more mindful and responsible with your money. It got me to thinking about the time when, and some of you will get this, and some of you might be like, I'm not doing that. Well, you should be, because it's a smart thing to do. Back in my day, I swapped clothes with my friends back in the day. What you got in your closet, girl? Because why would I go buy the same top that you have when I could borrow yours and you could borrow something that I have that you don't have? And it wasn't shameful and it wasn't embarrassing, and we did it. And it saved us money so that we could use our money to go do other things. I just feel like in today's society, there is so much influencing around. Can't wear the same outfit more than once. Can't like post with this. Like, stop. It is exhausting. It is irresponsible. And you're falling into the trap. I mean, I kind of almost did, but I'm going to go get this dry cleaned, and I'm going to enjoy my nice fresh duvet on my new duvet cover for a fraction of the price.
Yeah.
So if you were going to go spend a lot of money this week, well, I hope I've de-influenced you to keep it in your damn bank account or invest it.
You guys already know what's happening. From what they're saying, you see why that guy, single and afraid, calls himself single and afraid. Single and afraid of you wasting his money. Single and afraid of going over a girl's house. You get with her and the duvet smells like corn chips. Or it has white stains on it. You're like, oh, what's that stain? Oh, nothing. I just dropped some cream when I was making some coffee. Yeah, you dropped some cream right nasty. Funky. Ugh.
As a nurse, but somehow still feel broke, this isn't about money. You don't have an income problem. You have a structure problem, because most nurses do exactly this. The money comes in, meaning they get paid, bills go out, and whatever it's left gets spent. There's no system, there's no plan, there's no direction. So even though the paycheck is big, which it is, the money has nowhere to go. And when money has no job, it disappears. That's exactly why raises don't change your life. Overtime doesn't change your life. Travel contracts don't change your life. Structure does. You have accounts, automation, allocation. Until you tell your money exactly what to do, until you give it a job, you'll always feel like you should be doing something better. This is exactly what I teach nurses. So comment wealth and I'll show you where to start.
You know, and yes, these ladies are making money, but there are a lot of females that need it, right? Because I can't lie, some of them have been there before. And you need some help, go get the help. Because so many ladies are spending everything. Like I'll give an example, right? My mom, you go over the house, the whole living room is filled with clothes that never been worn. So what happened is when my father was alive before he passed, right? Um, he would pay all the bills, and he was always broke. And I would always say to him, "Are you getting mom's money?" And he would go, "Nah, I just leave her alone." Right? Got caught up in happy wife, happy life. Yes, my pops got caught up in it because my mom, you know, she was a little off. She was sick, right? She been sick for a while, so he was caught up in it. But what happened is, I remember one day my sister calls me. She goes, "I need to hold some money." You know what I told my sister? No, you don't. I said, "The money's there. Go get it from mom." She realized that she wasn't contributing anything towards bills. She gets like 4 or 5 thousand a month with her retirement money. Got that money from her, gave her a small stipend, everything fixed. Didn't need money from everywhere. Like she got caught up in the cycle of calling around asking for money. I said, "No, stop it. The money's there." What did she learn? What did I give her? The same thing this lady's trying to give them. Financial discipline. It's something simple as the money's there. And that's what these ladies need to understand. You have the money to do everything you need to do, especially if you make six figures. $750,000 even. And or this one lady's making 500,000 and you're paying 6,000 a month for rent. And what do you have? Lamborghinis? Seriously, like what are you doing? But that's how these people are living. The guy explained it. You got a BMW, 60,000. You got a new boat, 100,000. Like why?
Like it's not talked about. If it's talked about, it's not talked about enough because I haven't seen it and I be scrolling a lot. I feel like when work life is super stressful, it affects my spending habits dramatically in a really negative way. I feel like I come up with a lot of excuses to overly indulge in self-care and just like treating myself. And all around, I end up like treating myself not as good as I normally would. Like when work is stressful, I take in all those extra calories of snacking, of wine, of a cocktail.
Yeah, I do that.
I start cooking at home and I start Uber Eats.
That's what I do.
My skincare routine becomes super lazy and I no longer take my time in my like 12-step routine. I cut it down to like 2. I'm getting less sun. I'm walking outside a lot less. And like all around, I feel like there's a big shift in my energy. But the major thing is that I end up spending way too much money. Instacarting, Uber Eats, deciding to get my hair done instead of doing it at home, getting my nails done even though it's not time yet.
You know what's the wild thing? I'm listen to her talk, right? She's talking about overeating. You see how skinny she is? There are a lot of girls that eat a lot of food that don't gain no weight. You're lucky. You're lucky.
But I'm like, I have to treat myself. Treating myself to a cocktail, like,
See?
it just
Drinking.
feels like it's the only way to make me feel better, which is terrible. And before you say I must be making a lot of money to be spending like this, that's the thing. This is not new. This has been something that I've been doing since I was making $35,000 a year. I'd have like $120 in my bank account and be like, oh, I'm ordering pho because I feel super sad today and I don't feel like cooking. Knowing damn well that pho was a fourth of what was in my account for the next week and a half.
Oh.
For the past like month since I'm on the West Coast and work East Coast hours, I literally have been working from like 5 a.m. to 12 a.m. on this whole project and launch. And when I tell y'all I'm exhausted and I have never Uber Eats and Instacarted like this before, Lord help me. I can't even buy myself anything anytime soon.
You said you're working. Did she say that right? She must have meant 5 p.m. Because 5 a.m. to 12 a.m. Hold up, what's that? That's 5 in the morning. And then 5, then you got to the 5, that was 12 hours. So then you worked for another, it can't be. You can't be working 14-hour shifts straight unless you're a nurse or something like that. Crazy, but I don't know. I doubt it, but take a look at this.
Talks about how correlated eating habits and spending habits are.
The skinny girls.
I was talking to my therapist about my old eating patterns. When I was binging, I also had a very bad shopping addiction and spent money on like when I was bored or overwhelmed, I would just overspend on cheat. Then in periods where I switched to restricting, I was so strict with money, and suddenly I was like this budget freak, and I logged everything I spent. I literally streamed to the other, and not only with food but with money. The thing is, both of these behaviors can give your brain a quick dopamine. Bad to restrict food or restrict money. It's so interesting. So realizing that I operated under this cycle, it's helped me stop seeing it in a willpower or control moment and be mindful and ask myself what I really need. Do I really need to spend money? Do I really need to binge? And then I go to the other extreme of restricting and being super strict with my money. So instead of trying to control my behavior, I've tried to realize the emotion behind this way. And for me, all of these habits show up when I'm overwhelmed or stressed. So that was a big to me, and I know that I'm not the only one.
Oh, no. You had to have been doing this alone. Like, she's single, no man. Because you talk about restricting and you're with a man, go get yourself a man. Because that's the opposite end of the spectrum. You went from binge eating and overspending to being frugal, and that's why you lost the weight, because you stopped eating. So a man's gonna say, wow, she lost the weight, she's saving me money, I want to get it with her. Now the guy, you saw him single and afraid, that's making 60 to 80,000 a year, it's like, hello, sweetie, let's save some money together. let's stop binge eating together. Then you get married. Come on now. That's what we need. Some discipline. Don't think that's extreme. No, that's not extreme. In 2026, that's exactly what you need to be doing. But yeah, guys, thank y'all for watching. Be sure to subscribe. Other than that, peace out. See you next video.
The Iceman is coming!
Winter is here.